Me Pasola. Northbound and down, 395, California. We just left Bishop, California. On our way to Ontario. How many of you thought I was going to say Ontario, California? It's actually where we started out. Actually going to Ontario, Oregon. I'm sidetracking just a bit because I want to fish the Walker River. This load today is Friday. Was it the 3rd, I think? The 3rd? I think it's the 4th. See, it becomes a blur after a while when you're out on the highway a lot. Yeah, because the 7th is Monday. So we swapped this out on Sunday. And normally I'd take 6 and go through, I think it's 93 through Hawthorne, then up into Fallon. We're just going a little bit, side swipe a bit. It's going to be cooler. I need. Last night I spent the night in Baker, California, 108 degrees at night, Fahrenheit, and so I didn't mind having the engine running all night long for the AC, but I prefer not to. So we go up here to high altitude a bit and live the cool life for a minute. And hit the Walker. A good time to do it. Dad's Top. Or Dad's Stop, Dad's Top. I think it's Dad's Stop, S-T-O-P. D-A-D-S-T-O-P. Dad Stop. There. Guess you couldn't really put a space in it. And I'll put my shower bag on the passenger seat here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah, I was debating which route to take out of Bishop. 2 different routes, west and east, both going north. It's like the Y. And you get to Bishop and then you ask why. There's 2 highways. One is the 395, which we're on, and the other one, I believe, is the 6. I don't quite remember. Anyway. Other one takes over by I can't speak. Over by Hawthorne and then Walker Lake. And this one takes us over to the town of Walker through Carson City. And then there's actually up, I always forget the name of this town up here. And gasoline will probably be about $5.50 to $6.50 a gallon. I want to say Crawley, but it's not that. I'll have to dig into the DDR RAM, pull up some memory banks, see if I can come up with that town without cheating. It's by the town of Bodie, the ghost town, old gold mining town. I cleaned the windshield in 4 corners and stopped, took a shower, and cleaned it in 4 corners, which is over there off of like 395 and 58. Haven't done anything as far as the suicidal insects are concerned. It's been pretty mellow yellow. I'm glad. I was talking to Wayneski. He's over there. He came from the east, Oklahoma, Enid, Oklahoma, and now he is in Aurora, Colorado for a delivery. He's got one of them new trucks, got the chrome, fancy chrome mirrors. He says they're black. So many beetle kill, or not beetle kill, suicidal insects. So I'm like, yeah, you'll have that. Get the flashers going here. It's going to be a long haul up this 9% grade. Anyway, I won't put you through this. We'll see you in a bit. I got the old clicker here. Let's see. Okay, so I paused it and then I restarted it with the clicker. I had this thing and I lost it and I couldn't figure out what I did with it. And then I lost my credit card. One of them, the one from Wells Fargo. I think I thought I might be able to find it and I haven't. I do have it turned off, but I thought I could find it and I haven't yet. I was looking underneath the seat of the Jeep and I found this. And I've been looking all over for it. The thing is, I couldn't find another one. It's a remote trigger for your cell phone. Or other types of cameras, Bluetooth activated. Now we figured we'd take the scenic route. Parked by the river tonight. We have 3 hours and 20 minutes left to drive. That should take us to Fernley, Nevada, but no. We'll just go to the side of the road before south of the town of Walker. Shut it down for the night. In the way. Elevation 5,000 feet coming up right here. See where it's at the top. Now my clicker's not working. Whenever it came loose. Ooh, what a long, strange trip it's been. This here hill. Right lane closed ahead. Wait till we get up here a bit. See, there's nobody behind me. Close. There's one car. I should say us. Nobody behind us. But there is a car with a roof rack. Look, we're gonna cut him off at the pass. Yeah. Excuse me, let's just do that. So I cheated. I looked up Bridgeport. I kept wanting to say Crawley, but I think this is Lake Crawley we're coming up on. We are heavy. About 67,000 gross total, I should say. Same thing as gross. Just about 13,000 shy of a full load. reckon we need the flashers anymore. Got the overcoat on. That'll be a good one. I think I'll use that from now on when I have to use the flashers. I'll just say, turn on the overcoat. I actually like that one. Gotta put the overcoats on. Watch the old speed odometer here. HDS coming through. Sherwin Summit, 7,000 feet, 1,300 feet lower than Sukasa. 1,300 feet lower than Grand Lake. What they're doing other than excavating that shoulder to the right. The road seems pretty decent. So last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, I was westbound on I-70 and I was trying to make Grand Junction in time to have the thrill privilege of watching my two youngest grandchildren whilst her mama went to work. But alas, it wasn't to be, and I was in the V. Was making great time. And then everything came to a stop over there by Dotsero. Marker 135-ish, and I tried to look at my map. I got a little glimpse of what was going on in traffic mode, and the highway was closed both directions. Then I saw a message from Quality through the app, that is Crawley Lake, that said, excuse me, I-70 eastbound, westbound closed indefinitely, or no time of opening. And I was just like heartbroken. I had to call my daughter, barely had a signal, but it was enough. I told her I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it. If something changes, I'll let you know, but as it sits now, not looking good. Anyway, after like about an hour of sitting there, westbound started moving again. And it was just west of the big tunnel, Hanging Lake area. A semi-truck, I don't know what he was doing. The curve dog-legged to the right. He went straight. And kind of like as if we were here right now. And it's about 20-foot drop from the inside median right there. But of course this is on I-70, and it's a straight drop from the edge of that yellow line down. It was about a 2-foot, a 1.5 foot retaining wall, and then a steel rail. And that semi-truck went right over that, down 20 feet onto the eastbound lanes. I haven't done any research on it. I don't know why. I think I basically forgot about it. To find out if there was a car underneath it. No, because they're cruising along at 50, 60 miles an hour. The semi truck just comes over the railing down on top of you. What are you going to do? Nothing you can do. I hadn't heard anything, but it doesn't mean nothing happened. I haven't checked either. Here's what it looks like. I'll pause it here and put this picture in. Now, I took that picture with the V mirror because you can't, I mean, I was kind of a little bit bummed I wasn't in the old Bessie here because I could just then for sure, like, grandstand view. I'm in the V, I'm just a little bit lower than the rail. Not quite, but I can't see over. Until I got around the corner and I'm using my mirror, so I was able to snap a picture of my mirror, and then that's how I got that shot. That was on a, you can probably look it up yourselves if you feel like it. Trying to think exactly what day that was. I.e. Friday, Saturday. I think it was a Friday evening because I got in the night before, or no, I got in early in the morning, and then I had to go pick up, because I think I started out in Rifle, drove to Denver, swapped out the Jeep for the V, finished up my paperwork, and then headed out. Because I had to be to Junction by 3 o'clock. And I was well on my way to doing that. I got shut down. So that'll be Friday of the Memorial Day weekend. I don't have a calendar right now to look at. I'll say May. So May 31st was Monday, 30, Sunday, 29. So May 28th, that was on that highway. Just past Mike the Choke Chicken is Lake Crawley. Me drifting out of the lane. Never fished that lake, but I've driven by it ever since I was probably 5 years old. The old man used to take us camping up here. Probably said that in some of my other videos, but up here in the June Lake Loop area. "73 balmy degrees today up here in the high country, higher country." We left the high desert. It was, I think, the hottest. I went to take a shower was 111. Is what the truck gauge said. Looks like we got a little rain up here a little while ago. Cool it down, get the moisture. It'd be nice if it could rain like every other night. Keep the fire danger down, keep the dust down. So at the casa that we just bought, it has irrigation, which is nice, and it's hooked up to a sprinkler system. So I paid like $200. I paid $250 because I had to do a share transfer. And so we can water our lawns as often as we like. from water from the Gunnison River. It flows into a 4x8 by 4-foot pit, concrete lined, and then it goes to pumped to the sprinkler system, and then there's 5 sections in the sprinkler system, so it waters the grass. Excellent, beautiful, deep green grass all summer. So that was one fortunate advantage. And then the son-in-law kept crying about the water bill, and it's like $70-80 a month for the first 2 times, and he said it was like 1,200 gallons, and I'm like, that comes out about 7 cents a gallon. It seems like it might be kind of expensive, but it ended up being like 12,000 gallons. Well, we found the leak, the water line coming off of the sink, which was already existing, but I had to tap into the new refrigerator to get the ice and water to go. Up and running, we got it going. And then my daughter called me last week and said the water pressure was really low. And if I knew anything about what would cause it. And I go, I don't know. I go, and then son-in-law comes in, there's a leak under the house. I go, well, go shut the main water off to the house until you know where the leak is. Now you can get in the crawl. He crawled into the crawl space and saw it. As he was looking for the main valve, and I don't know where it's at. I just told him it's going to come in from the street. So look for something that comes in from the street. So he went outside. I go check over by the side of the house, between the alley, and then go by the front and walk around the front. And he get around the front, and he heard water coming out of the faucet, full blast in the front of the house, which is covered by bushes, flower bushes, actually all nice and ranged properly. And my granddaughter apparently turned that valve on full blast. And so I go, well, that explains your water pressure being down. As far as the leak goes, that lower pressure would not cause the line to break or leak. So apparently that was leaking beforehand. And so he went down and took a look at it deeper, and the water line to the fridge goes underneath the floorboard, goes through the floor, from the sink through the floor, and then over and then back up through the floor into the fridge, underneath the rafters of the floor. Anyway, it is a stick-built house. They put a 90 in the 3/8 line. I don't know why they would do that, but they did. And it was leaking at the 90. So they shut the water out, the cold water off, because that's what it was only feeding the one line. And then he went, I go, just go get a splicer with a ferrule clips and compression fittings, slice it in there, call it good. So he did that. They've been leaking for a while, so I go ahead and vent the crawl space by leaving the door off and putting a wire mesh, chicken wire over that, so that the dog and the kids don't go down there investigating. Mammoth Mountain there to our left at about 11 o'clock. I don't know if you can see right there, Mammoth Mountain. Town of Mammoth right in front of us. So, I mean, I've never had a water bill. The house in Grand Lake, it's a well, 280 foot deep. And then when they were living at that rental house, I I never paid. They were living there, so that was their thing, you know. But apparently it was enough to make him realize, like, why is the water bill so high? Which $70-$80 seems like a lot. I guess, I don't know. I've never had the water bill. And I didn't even think to ask him what he was paying at the rental. But the thing's leaking pretty good. It's probably maybe a gallon or two an hour. And it went on for about a month. Then it went down into, it's just dirt underneath the crawl space there, but you can still get mildew and stuff, so I told him to vent it out. It's a good thing it's 100 degrees outside today. Today is Friday the 4th. I think we already went over that. How about them two little clouds over that little mountain? It looks like a mesa. Riding one of them enduro bikes, half dirt, half street. So my grandson's going, he just earned his way, 17 years old, 16 and a half actually, earned his way to Loretta Lynn's motocross meet. Took first place in the regional. If that doesn't make a papa proud, I don't know what does. Jeremiah Willoughby is his name. He's my step-grandson, but he's my grandson. That's how I look at it. It's how his dad is my son. I've known him since he's 5. He's now, I don't know, almost near 40, so yeah. In the motocross in the motocross world, he is definitely going to make a showing somewhere. When he raced in Arizona, he was second behind the KTM factory-sponsored rider. They didn't even know who he was. They do now. That was last fall, I think. They messed his name up the first time, and they got second time because he took second both times on a KTM up against the factory-sponsored racer. But he started riding a two-wheel bike at 2.5 years old. I have a picture. I'll see if I can put it in here. He's got a helmet on. And the picture was caught halfway through his fall. In other words, falling off the bike. And he was fine. He was wearing the helmet. Probably too big for him because it was a motocross helmet. But anyway, when I saw that, I was like, this kid likes two wheels. So I'm glad to see him doing something with it. Glad to see my son, you know, out there spending the time and the money to do it. And giving him the encouragement. Beautiful up here. Nice to be able to be up here in the springtime too. I like coming up here in the wintertime as well if I get the chance. The only thing I don't like about that is California's obsessively restrictive chain laws. They shut down the highway. They're so just, it's all about control over here. It's like, just leave me alone. I know how to do this. Nope. And I even told one of the Colorado state troopers at the scale house, I'm like, so Colorado's already being destroyed by the invasion from California. When are we going to get to the point where you guys shut down the highway to inspect each vehicle and give them a yay or nay on whether they can proceed or not? What? That's not never going to happen. I go, you say that, but I guarantee you it will happen. They just now passed that stupid law that now we have to pay more in taxes for roads identical to the state. Makes me want to move. I just bought a house, so I don't know what to do. Jack the price up, sell it to a Californian, and move. Anyway, here's a picture of my grandson crashing at 2.5. Kind of neat, huh? I saw that picture of my son's fridge. I'm like, how did you catch that? Because we just got lucky. That's why I printed it out. And I go, man, I gotta take a picture of that. And I've had it ever since. So the hard part on going this route is once you leave Bishop, it's a pretty steady climb for quite some time. I didn't think to measure it, but it's a good climb. And then after that, it's pretty much just rolly like this here. And then there is another one over by Mono Lake. We got another pass to climb. Then we come over by Bodie. Then we come into Bridgeport, where gas will be $5.50, $6.50 a gallon USD. Mammoth Lakes Scenic Loop to the left. Highway sign right there, US 395 northbound and down. So I caught something again. I don't know what the heck it was. I don't know if it's another form of COVID or a relapse of COVID or a really nasty cold or what. I know that the medication they give me, not the atorvastatin, lisinopril or something like that for blood pressure, they said it makes your back of your throat tingle, and mine actually will tingle really bad, burn, almost choke up a bit. But the only way I say that is because over Memorial Day weekend, I was sleeping like most of the time. Slept all night, slept all day, slept all night. I was still tired the next day, and that's what happened when I caught the vid last time. I feel fine now, but I have that little cough now and then, but not worried about it. Not going to be tested. Not getting the vaccine. Especially if I did catch it again, then I got double whammy immunities. Anyway, I won't go into that. People tend to make it political. This is a nice little rest area here if you ever need it. To the left, you got to cross through the median, which is kind of tricky if you're a semi-truck. There's probably 15 spaces for semi-truck, but then you throw in summer travelers, fifth wheels, then you have a lot less for the semi-trucks. June Lake Loop, 8 miles. I'll see you there. And so we are coming up on the June Lake Loop. Whatchamacallit? I'd say cutoff, but it's not the cutoff. Turn off. There we go. June Lake Village year-round resort. Junction, 0.2 miles. It's got to be right around this corner then, I reckon. The first time I came up here with Quality, I took the truck on the loop. I don't think it was illegal. I mean, they probably, if they had any type of restriction, it would be length. Nothing over 65 foot or 73. So anyway, it was springtime and I got down there and was able to park next to Silver Creek, or Silver Lake, and have a go at a little fishing there. But if any of you have been on the loop, you probably know or would surmise that a rig like Bessie should not be in there. I couldn't help myself. That's where we went as a kid. And I knew it loops right back around over to here. And, you know, there's a few spots that are pretty tight in between the town of June Lake and actually one of the lakes. There's a few lakes. June Lake, Silver Lake, Grant Lake, Rush Creek. This is it right here. June Lake Village, 2 miles. Let's see what their fuel prices are. So we got $5.40 for premium, $4.80 for diesel. So anyway, yeah, I took my truck in there, and so many people may not like it. I didn't see any signs saying that, you know, no trucks. If you got it, a truck brought it. And so I'm sure they probably have a length restriction, but there was nothing posted. And so I went and did it. I don't need to do it again. Would I do it again? Absolutely. If I got time and, you know, I don't want to take up tourist space with a semi-truck. It would have to be, you know, in between seasonal changes where it's, you know, kind of dead zones. Then I don't care. I don't think they would say anything because nothing going on, you know. But to go down there in the middle of summer when, you know, like let's say 4th of July, yeah, no, that's not a very bright idea. You have to evaluate everything, you know. Think about it before you do it. If you don't think doing this job, don't do this job. Because it's definitely a thinking man's job. Can you get away without thinking? Yeah, you sure can. And that's why you have that title, stupid truck drivers. You know? And I don't know what it is. A lot of the California truck drivers have a lot of melatonin in their skin, which I could care less about. But I'm just saying they're from another country, namely India, and they drive like they do in India. They'll cut you off within an inch or two of your bumper. And I've been dealing with stuff like that my whole life. I can swing right by you within an inch or two, within a half an inch, knowing full well I have the clearance. So I don't get shook, but I've been cut off a couple of times on the 5 and the 99 by seeing literally riding somebody's butt, another truck right up on his rear end. He reached out and, you know, unlatched the latch and opened the door. And I come cruising in the hammer lane, you know, and right when I get within about a foot of his rear bumper, that's when he decides he's going to change lanes. And they do. And I keep my speed. I keep going and blow the horn and everything, and they don't care. And I'm literally 6 inches from his bumper on his trailer. That's how they drive. And that's what they do. And I'll see if I can get this clip in there off the dash cam. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I hope I was able to get the picture in here and make it work. It's off the dash cam, so I don't know. When I do try to use different formats, it messes up the footing, or whatever you call it, the size of the video. It makes it smaller, so I have to cut it out because I insert it and it jacks it all up, makes the whole video jacked up. So I hope it got through to show you what happened to me here. And that was, I don't know if that guy was from Mexico or if he was from India or from the Middle East. I couldn't tell you. I don't care either. I could care less. You are who you are. If you're a good person, you got my vote. If you're a POS, you don't have my vote. I don't care. Skin color means nothing to me. I just mentioned it because those are the ones that always seem to pull some bonehead moves, and also the white guys do it too. So I'm not, you know, plenty of idiots like that as well. Tesla. I saw this girl pass me earlier south of Bishop, and she was just driving down the road like that with her hands off the steering wheel. She had it autopilot, I guess. The car did pretty good. I mean, literally was straight as heck. And that would be good if, I suppose if you're drinking and have a few issues, can't keep it straight, you can always put the autopilot on there and be okay, I reckon. But you should never drink and drive. We got state trooper coming up behind us. You guys saw him in the middle lane there. going to stick at 58. I hope he doesn't plug me for it. There's another one there. They're usually pretty good about it. Like I said one time, that when the ELDs first came out, I was like, it's an unwritten law. I'm 58 still. That they will let you go, leave you alone, if you will, if you're not being an idiot, you know. There's my proof right there. But somebody called in to quality and said I was bragging about breaking the law, and that's not what I was doing. I was just saying it's an unwritten law that they'll leave you alone. But if you're going too much, they're not going to leave you alone. Anyway. I was at 58 right there. And as you can see, there's only a few of us out on the highway. Mono Lake off to the right. Right dead in front of us. Those hills right there, like right at noon. A little bit to the right, maybe a couple minutes past noon, is Bodie, B-O-D-I-E, the town of Bodie, old gold mining town. Now it's a tourist stop, which is cool. I'd like to go up there. But I'll have to come out in a passenger vehicle to do that. As far as video gets too long, which I always seem to do, right? I guess there's no way of changing things now, I guess, huh? Anyway, catch a little bit of Lee Vining, and then we'll get Bridgeport. And he's just going back and forth, keeping his eyes peeled. And we were breaking the law, breaking the law. See you in a bit. I didn't realize how fast time flies. We were right here at Lee Vining. There's Yosemite Pass to the left. I would love to take this and get over there to Sacramento if I had to. Tioga Pass, Yosemite, 12 miles. It's like right there. Commercial trucking through, whatever that word was, prohibited. I got that word. Bring her down, clown. I'd like to be able to fish this little river right here, but I think it's flowing pretty decently. Lee Vining, population 398, elevation 6781, 6,781 foot. I'm I'm going to get in the middle lane just because if there's anybody parked on the shoulder, which there is more on the other southbound, but not northbound. Somebody goes to open their door and you're cruising right next to them. It's like, just stay away from that whole scene. Mean Gene. You know what I mean, Gene? Fire restrictions in place, is that what it said? Listen, I was looking to the left, not where I was supposed to be, right in front of me. I sort of was looking in front, in my peripheral vision, but I already had pretty much checked it was clear anyway, so. It's a mono basin. Mono lake. Got that stalagmites or whatever they got growing over there. Boulder Lodge, June Lake. This should be the Mono Inn, M-O-N-O-I-N-N. There it is, the Mono Inn. What's your price for the night? And there's a song that sounds similar to that. See if you can figure it out. See you in a bit. Subject to strong cross winds. There's Hawthorne, 55 miles to the right. Take us to Walker Lake. Up there to our right is Bodie. Well, the road junction is 12 miles. I don't know the name of this pass right here. If I find out, I'll let you know. It's pretty good grip. Right straight in front of us is one of the last curves up there. We go to the right, then to the left. You can see a truck moving up there right now. He's right there in front of us, up on that ridge on top. It's the old Bodie town. I would like to look at it in person. You can look it up on the internet, Bodie, California. It's a historical monument or landmark or whatever it is now. A lot of the old buildings, cars and stuff. Back in the day, it was tough just living in the West. If you lived up in Bodie, you had a set on you. Both sexes. It was brutal living conditions in the winter. And you didn't want to, walk around with a hair bun in your hair as a man. The man bun, you definitely didn't do that. You didn't push your issue too far either. You didn't push your point too far. If if you pushed it too far, I imagine you just got shot. They didn't put up with much, speak your mind, yeah, but keep pushing it and drilling it like they do now in your face, and they just shot you. End of story. It was a brutal lifestyle. All for that shiny yellow metal. They call me Yellow Metal. That'd be a good name for a metal band, huh? Yellow Metal. 2 strikes. Boulder City. It's kind of weird how geology is like it is. I mean, all these mountains here, they're kind of smooth, then you come this rocky, gravelly patch. I'm talking big rocks too. Kind they build a pyramid out of. Valley. It's like right in the sun. And that's what color the sun is. Some people think it's yellow. It's not. It's white. It's only yellow because of the atmosphere. But if you notice, it's only at sunrise and sunset. At noon, noon, it was white. It is white. Check it out. A nice sunny day. Oh, look at quality cattle. Go grab another load there, partner. Virginia Lakes, left 6 miles. So I was up here with my Jeep. Conway Summit, elevation 8138. Pretty close to the hometown elevation. We are close to shutting it down for the night along the Walker River. Semi-truck camping. Absolute gorgeous out here today. %, 3 miles. Bodie ECV. Little wagon wheel, a little pulley wheel, looks like. Cemented in stone as a monument. Bodie is right to our right. Probably 3 o'clock. The turnoff is right up here. If I remember correctly, it should be right here at the bottom of these cars are. That looks like it. So we're on 395 and that road is 270. Bodie turn. Road open. 270 and 395. So it's Bodie is a state park. 13 miles. Where the men were men and the sheep were nervous. It's like driving on snow. Oops. Only I can see the lines now. Yeah, I can imagine them winters up there in Bodie in the 1800s had to just been I'd like to go there back in time and check that out, like spend the night there, but I think I would survive. I don't think they'd shoot me because I don't run my mouth. But then again, if you make them laugh, somebody else might get mad and shoot you. Quit making them laugh. Who knows? Next stop, Bridgeport. So this is a ranching valley, cattle valley, if you will. That's what they probably should call it, Cattle Valley. All to my left here, our left, your left as well. These big old meadows full of green grass for all these cattle to eat. I tell you, AOC would love this valley. It is cow fart central. And you picture her standing in the middle of the grass with her hand in her head, kneeling down, just going, oh, the horrors of these cattle eating and farting. I don't know, I just don't know. And when you're going a little over the speed limit, it's just not enough for some people. It's just not enough. So as we come in for a landing to Bridgeport, please buckle your seatbelts or return to your seats and buckle your seatbelts. If we were to turn right here, Yerington, sure, some 182, somebody will correct me on that. Time-wise, it'd probably be a little better to go that route. But we're at a Y, if you will, here. We're going to go to the left instead of the right. Because that's what we do. Wouldn't be able to park along the river and fish if we went to the right. Well, we probably could, but I don't know if we could spend the night. Over here, I know we could spend the night. Get online and get me a fishing permit. And this is Bridgeport, California. California. Bridgeport, California. I like how they back their trucks up to the street or to the sidewalk. Nice, nice. And we're coming up to the high price fuel. Okay, $5.65, $5.69 for diesel. I was in the neighborhood, so $5.70 a gallon. 540 is the cheapest. Sorry, partner, I can't take anybody. I already have a truckload full of passengers. Walker, 31 miles. We are close. Close y no cigar, I say. I see all them black dots to the right there, AOC. They're all cattle. They're all to the left as well. This is all fertile green grass, hayland, if you will. Perfect place to raise cattle. Enjoy that sirloin steak. See you in a bit. Toyabe National Forest. I assume that's an Indian name. There's the prejudice against trucks again. What does it say here? Semi over 38 feet. Kingpin to rear axle. No trucks over 38 foot. That is really, really close. You would have to slide your axles all the way forward. And you think, I don't know, I'll have to measure that and see. Because I would say there's probably about 2 foot in front of the 40-foot mark, the California law, which is far back as you can go. And I have taken this past that one there before, but it was before I was filming. And if I remember correctly, I got up on top up there, and the guy was like, you can't be over 65 foot going down 50 towards Sacramento. And I'm like, oh, I'll take my chances, because I'm pretty much done. I didn't realize that, and now I'm here. It's way too hard for me to go back or to take a different route. It would basically be like you're at a round mountain and you're at the tunnel entrance and they say you can't go through. So you'd have to go around the mountain, which would be 2 to 3 times as long. The ticket would be cheaper. That's what I opted for. And I didn't get one, thank God. And it's easy to tell. All you have to do is look at the semi-truck. Is it a day cab or is it a sleeper? If it's a sleeper, 9 times out of 10 he's going to be over length. However, if you had a 48-foot trailer, then you'd be legal. Is that right? No, he probably still wouldn't be legal, because 53 and 48 is an extra 5 foot. If I'm 73, that puts me at 68. Yeah, so you're still illegal. Sick bird. Illegal. See you in our parking spot for the night. That river looks good. So you can look up Walker, California, and then look up the fishing tournament they hold. That's the river. Oops. That's the river, the fish that they catch. It's where they catch their fish. Absolutely humongous fish. And I think it's in June. Water's running clear. I think it's in June that they have their tournament, which we're in June. Chris Flat Campground. .75 balmy degrees out there. Is this it? I think it is. Yeah, this is my spot. It's just been a while since I've been here. Yep, this is it. Well, cool. Thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. We're going to shut her down for the night. Until the next time, enjoy. Peace. Yeah, see, there's the 40-foot mark, a little bit over the center of that wheel. So it looks like there's 2 foot there. So yeah, I think that's why I ended up taking it that one time. So beautiful. Looky, looky, looky. Oh, fire. Fire. Fire over there too. Alrighty. See ya.